Candy Show.
This is our UFC 264 predictions and bets. Let's do. You want to go over the 5 fights, or just start from the lowest fight and go up? Or should we tell them first, or what should we do?
Yeah, let's start from bottom to the top.
Okay,
let's just break them
so
down.
Bunch of good fights. First off, this is UFC 264, headlined by Dustin Poirier versus Conor McGregor, the trilogy. It's tied 1-1. McGregor has a knockout over Poirier. Poirier has a knockout over McGregor. So it's a stacked card. We're gonna start. Well, first off, we're not even going to go over some of these ones, but let's just say some of the other guys who are on the card.
Yeah. Well, first off, July 10th, and it's in the city.
Yep.
It's in
July
Vegas.
July 10th, T-Mobile Arena, sold out.
Yeah.
We have, we'll start from bottom up. We got Tuivasa versus Greg Hardy, which is a savage heavyweight fight.
This card is stacked. From bottom to top. It's crazy.
UFC.com has it as a co-main, but I'm sure it has number 4, so I don't know. I mean, UFC.com, you would think, knows what they're talking about, but... So anyway, Tuivasa versus Greg Hardy.
Let's check the odds for all this.
Okay. We don't have them yet.
Oh, yeah, we don't.
We only have those top 2. So we'll still pick winners, though.
Yeah.
And I'll give you what I think it's going to be, too. And then we'll do also we're going to talk about that one. We're going to pick a winner on that one. But the other ones that we're not going to pick a winner on, but we're interested in. Yeah. Ryan Hall makes his comeback. Not even comeback. I think people didn't want to fight him.
People were just ducking him.
Yeah, because he has crazy jiu-jitsu. He has his own
leg locking everybody.
Yeah, he has his own gym called 50-50. I think it's in Washington, D.C. I could be wrong, but
his school's called 50-50? That's hilarious.
Washington, D.C. Ryan Hall takes on Topuria, who's 10-0. So that's an interesting fight. I don't know much about him, but anytime I see 10-0,
7 of his wins are by submission too. So he obviously
Topuria, wow. So that'll be a fun. And Ryan Hall is good stand-up, too. So that'll be good. I know people are interested in the Jennifer Maia or Jessica Ai fight. I can't ever. Jessica Ai makes me cringe every time I watch her, but shout out to you. We got Carlos Condit versus Max Griffin. That's a tough fight because Max Griffin's an athletic savage. He is a little older, though. Max Griffin is like 34, and Condit's got to be like 36, 37 now.
That's it?
Yeah, Condit.
Let's check that.
Because he was a younger guy coming up. Yeah, 37.
Oh, 37.
So he still got 1 or
32 and 13. That's a lot of wars.
But wait, coming to 2 wins in a row though. Now they were against Court McGee and Matt Brown after losing 5 in a row. But Carlos Condit 2-fight winning streak. Let's go.
Right.
The natural born killer. Mm-hmm. And then a fight that's going to be fireworks. Michael Pereira versus Nico Price. That is going to be a barn burner. Those dudes come to fight every time.
Yeah.
All right. So let's get into the ones that we are going to talk about. So. Let's do Sugar Sean O'Malley versus Luis Smoka because I know how they do. I feel like Sean O'Malley was on Conor's last card. I could be wrong. But they have him opening up Conor's cards every time because they want him to be a star.
Yeah.
So Sugar Sean O'Malley is fighting Luis Smoka. So the problem with this fight is they keep giving Sean O'Malley either older guys who were good, like click on Sean O'Malley real quick. Mm-hmm. I'm drawing a blank on the guy's name. So Eddie Wineland, who was old. Thomas Almeida isn't old but hasn't fought much, and they're smaller guys. I mean, Luis Smoka was a top guy at 125.
Yeah.
He went up to 135, go down. He's had some success. Well, I guess he lost one and won one, but at least he's coming off a win. He's actually coming off a win of a guy Sugar Sean O'Malley beat. They both beat Jose Quinones, who isn't very good. But Luis is a savage. He is 29, but he's a small 135er. I already can see this one. Like, it's going to be Sean O'Malley minus 350.
They're really trying to push him.
Yeah.
They're going to keep
O'Malley's
getting him
going to be minus 350. Fights. Let's go how he wins. Because we're both taking Sean O'Malley, correct?
Sean O'Malley by knockout, first or second round.
Pick one.
I'll go second round.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got second round knockout. Luis Smoka will try to play this smart, but he's going to be too small. I guess Sugar Sean O'Malley, first round knockout.
Okay.
Next fight. Let's do Sean Brady versus Kevin Lee. I can't wait for this fight. First, I'll click on Sean Brady. Sean Brady is 14-0. Can't beat 14-0.
Yeah.
Beat Jake Matthews, who's a savage. He's a tough, athletic dude. Submission arm triangle to him. He has really good jits. He's a black belt. He guillotined Christian Aguilera. Beat Ishmael. Beat Court McGee. So he's 4-0 in the UFC, which is good. And 14-0 overall, which is pretty sad. I wish there was odds for this.
Yeah.
Now, and this fight is at 170. Kevin Lee fought at 155 and 170, but I think now that he's been out for a while. First of all, 155 was always a big cut for Kevin Lee.
Yeah.
But now he's been out for almost a year and a half, 2 years now. Click on Kevin Lee. When was the last fight? Against the champ, Charles Oliveira, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that was his last fight. March 14th, 2020. So this will be almost a year and a half since he fought. Coming off the head kick to Gregor Gillespie, and then he got submitted by Charles Oliveira.
All his losses are against savages.
No, yeah, he's fought everybody. He has good wins.
Tony Ferguson in 2017, so that's a legit.
Beat
Ferguson.
Michael Chiesa, who's a top 170 right now. He finished Edson Barboza. Finished Gregor Gillespie, who just got a win. Mm-hmm. I did train with Kevin Lee a little bit at Drysdale, so I am kind of a fan. And I don't want to pick with my heart on this one, but I'm going to go Kevin Lee by decision.
Really? Yeah, I'm going to go Sean Brady. I'm going to go by TKO.
Ooh.
Third round.
I wish we had odds for this one. I really wish. I want to know.
What do you think it's going to be?
I want to say it's no, Kevin Lee probably minus 145, Brady plus 125. Yeah. That'd be my guess.
Yeah?
Kevin Lee minus 145, Brady plus 125. We'll check back on Brady. That. But Sean Brady definitely has the more active. I mean, he's been more active. He's undefeated. But yeah, I got Kevin Lee by decision.
Yeah.
All right. Let's do the heavyweights. Tuivasa versus Greg Hardy.
I can't wait for this.
This is going to be Tuivasa minus 250.
Fight.
It has to be. And Greg Hardy plus 200.
Did he lose his last fight?
No, he won.
Oh, he won.
He's picked up
won
2
in a row.
Remember, he lost 3 in a row.
Yeah.
But then he said he got his shit together, and he got 2 TKOs in a row against Stefan Struve, who just retired, and Harry Hunsucker, who I've never heard of. Yeah. But 2 wins.
You and I both were loving him when he was on that fat win streak in the beginning.
Drinking the beer out of the shoe.
Yeah, right. Such a savage. This is a savage fight. I can't wait
Greg
for
Hardy.
This. Someone's going to sleep.
Did Greg Hardy lose his last fight or win it? Let me see. Lost to Tybura.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But he's just a big dude with knockout power. I mean,
for the Carolina Panthers. He has NFL athlete athleticism.
Right.
He was the one who got kicked out of the league for beating too many women. But shout out to you, Greg Hardy. Tuivasa, Greg Hardy. What you got?
I have Tuivasa by knockout, second round.
Okay, I like that.
Second round, yeah.
And I'm going to go... They're going to get... This one's going to get...
It's going to be a banger.
This is going to be a banger. I got Tuivasa first round knockout.
This is going to be a very fun fight, though. I can't wait for that.
Now, let's go to the top 2 fights, which are incredible.
Wait, do you want to skip over the Ryan Hall fight?
We talked about it. I mean, I don't want to pick a winner just because...
Oh, well, I'm going Ryan Hall.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. I don't know enough about Ilia Topuria, and he's 10-0. I'd hate to...
Ryan Hall is just such a savage, just based on that.
Yeah. Has Topuria fought anyone in the UFC?
Let's see.
Damon Jackson and Yusuf Zalal. He has 2 fights in the UFC. Not bad. What's his age? 24?
24. He's young. Yeah. I think he's just going to be outmatched.
7 submissions?
7 submissions.
He might be a little bit more athletic. Go to Ryan Hall real quick. What's Ryan Hall's age right now?
36.
Ooh.
But, I mean, the highest level of jiu-jitsu.
So you're picking Ryan Hall?
Yeah. By submission.
I don't know enough about Ilia Topuria, but for some reason I want to go Ilia Topuria, even I love Ryan Hall.
That's so disrespectful.
All right, but let's go. I got Ryan Hall by heel hook. All right, let's go into the 2 big fights. Okay. I mean, like I said, UFC. Go to Google real quick, just to make me feel better. Click UFC 264 on Google. Okay, they switched it. So Tuivasa is Greg Hardy. So the co-main event is Gilbert Burns, Stephen Thompson, which it should be. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so the co-main event, which is an incredible fight.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a title eliminator. It puts you right there. At 170, Gilbert Burns is going to take on Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. Right now, 170, we know for sure. Obviously, Usman's the champ. People thought maybe if Leon starched Nate Diaz on Saturday, maybe he would get the title shot. But Dana is persistent that Colby Covington's getting the next title shot.
Yeah.
So Colby Usman, I think. Well, first off, I don't know I think if Gilbert Burns wins, I'm not sure. I think if Stephen Thompson wins this fight, he's getting a title shot just because he hasn't fought Usman yet. Usman already fought Burns. Usman already fought Masvidal twice. This is gonna be a second fight in Covington, so it would be new blood.
Yeah.
And also, Leon Edwards would be the only other one sitting there. Now he could wait, or they might do the Masvidal Leon Edwards fight just because Masvidal. Remember, they had the little skirmish where Masvidal punched Leon Edwards in the back. So they could always set that fight up. But we'll see. That being the case, Stephen Thompson, Gilbert Burns, who you got?
I mean, the biggest thing in this fight is if Stephen Thompson can keep the distance.
Click on Stephen Thompson.
I feel like Gilbert's just going to be a little bit too scrappy and be able to get in the pocket, you know.
Those are 2 good wins. Vicente Luque is the guy, remember, who just fought Tyron Woodley when Woodley came out guns blazing. Luque got in a firefight with him, ended up submitting him. And Jeff Neal's a real athletic black dude. He went all 5 rounds with. Yeah. And he was missing. I was impressed with that Jeff Neal fight. I bet Jeff Neal in that fight, I remember. And being like, why did I do this?
Yeah. I mean, I could see Stephen Thompson taking it to decision, but I have Gilbert Burns by knockout.
And again, Stephen Thompson is 38.
Yeah, he's old, but he doesn't take damage
No, he
just based
doesn't.
on his fight
That's what I
style.
thought
You know,
last
he's
time.
amazing at creating the distance.
Yeah.
I feel like he loses to these real athletic guys that are able to get in the pocket.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, that's how he lost to
So-
Woodley a little bit. But Jeff Neal's very athletic. Vicente Luque is very athletic. But so you're going Gilbert Burns by
I
what?
think Gilbert Burns is gonna come off hungry off the loss. I think he's still motivated.
He hasn't
so-
fought since Usman, correct?
Yeah. Let's
So you're
double check on
going.
that. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he hasn't fought for sure.
Yeah.
Usman, and that was after some good wins. So you're going.
He has some big wins.
Yeah.
I'm going Gilbert Burns
By-
by knockout.
And he's 34 too. He's getting up there. You're going Gilbert Burns by knockout.
Yeah.
Wow. Now Gilbert Burns is high level jiu-jitsu, high level black belt. I've also trained with. He used to come over to Dry Sales.
What do you think the odds are? Are there odds?
No,
out
this
for
is the
one?
odds. It's
Okay.
pick'em right now on Bet5. It's Stephen Thompson minus 130, Gilbert
Ooh.
Burns plus 110. On William Hill, it's minus 115, minus 105.
Yeah.
It's a pick'em.
So it's a pick 'em.
I'm going Stephen Thompson by decision.
Yeah.
I think so.
I
Now,
like
here's the thing.
it.
What I was going to say with
Yeah.
the jiu-jitsu thing real quick, I think if Gilbert's smart, he'll try to take Stephen Thompson down and get him on his back and use some jit. That would be smart. Gilbert's a
Yeah.
high level black belt.
Right.
Like, that would be smart. I don't know if you want to stand with Stephen Thompson. He's hard to hit. That's what Stephen Thompson wants. So, but I'm going Stephen Thompson by decision, and I would like to see Stephen Thompson win this fight. Yeah, I would love to see him finish him, honestly. I'd like
Yeah.
to see Stephen Thompson versus Kamaru Usman. That'd be fun to me. For some reason, I want Stephen Thompson to get that
Over
shot.
Leon Edwards, like you'd rather see that fight?
I think Stephen Thompson might have a better shot than Leon Edwards. Again, Usman already beat Leon Edwards.
Yeah, I
until
know.
the 15th. So I just
But
want
it's
to
a
see
new Leon
blood.
Edwards,
It is.
though. You know.
It's a new Usman as well, though.
Yeah.
But again,
I see what you mean.
we'll see. I think if Stephen Thompson came out and
You kind of convinced me.
head
now.
kick Gilbert Burns and knocked him out, they'd give it to him.
Yeah.
But I'm going Stephen Thompson by decision.
Okay.
Final answer?
It's a hard one. I really don't know. I could see it going either way, to be honest. I definitely would not bet this fight, to be honest. It's too close for me. I'm still gonna
Closer than
go
this main
Gilbert
event?
Burns. Huh?
Closer than this main event?
Nah. I wouldn't bet either of these
All right,
fights.
well, you got to pick this one right here.
I'm gonna go Gilbert Burns. I'm gonna switch it to by submission
Submission? Okay.
in the third round.
All right, so I got Stephen Thompson by decision. He's
Yeah.
going with Burns by decision. All right, into the main event.
God, that's a hard fight.
This fight will probably be the biggest fight of the year. Conor McGregor versus Dustin Poirier, the trilogy. They put Poirier on the docket first, which is kind of funny. Poirier versus McGregor 3. When the promo came out during the UFC 263 on Saturday, she was incredible because it was cool. They showed McGregor from the start and showed some videos. Because he's such a big star now, I think people forget like when he was coming up. That shit was epic. I remember that. I was watching UFC heavy when all that whole come up. He was in the Lamborghini with Dana White coming up and didn't have shit then. Was happy about the $50,000 bonus and shit.
Right.
And just shows something pure. I think he's got such a big star. People forget that thing, but it was a pure, real come up. Yeah, maybe they gave him some easy fights to build up, but that's the business. That's what you do. They wanted
It's
all
the
the
PR
fans in
machine.
Ireland. Starched Dustin Poirier at 145. Now, obviously, Poirier came back in this rematch. Poirier knocked out Conor.
Before we get into
Okay.
who do we think is gonna win, let's say McGregor loses. Does he retire or will he continue to
He
fight?
can get
I
somebody.
see a lot of people saying if he loses this, he's gonna retire.
People are probably just McGregor haters at this point.
Yeah.
But he's still so young, and yeah.
I know, but it's like, what do you even,
Just
know?
big fights.
Yeah.
Just big fights, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He got Nate Diaz trilogy.
Right.
They got him and Masvidal. There's a bunch of great. Him and Nick Diaz. There's silly fights he'll take.
I mean, we've said this a lot, but like we always quote that R.A. the Rugged Man quote. Like
You all start posting once you get that green.
right?
Yeah.
Is
I
that
think-
what's happened to Conor? Like, can you
I mean,
just
that's what
not get the
Khabib
same
said, too.
motivation?
You can't people. You gotta still train with the people you started with and you build some character. You can't just like go rent a house out in Portugal and you kind of miss the grit. You lose the grit.
Yeah.
Which I agree with. Now, I think a lot of last fight was the calf kicks were hurting Conor. It's hard to stop those calf kicks. I don't think he was ready for it.
And ring rust is a real thing.
And ring rust is real. And his only
Yeah.
fight before that was Cowboy Cerrone, and he finished him in like a couple minutes. So it's like he hasn't fought much.
It's an old cowboy, though.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's an old Cowboy, sure. Well, yeah, right.
And
it was,
starched him
and it
in the
was
first.
short.
How quick was that? 20
Quick.
seconds? 30 seconds?
Yeah, and they
Yeah.
do. There was after this fight, there was highlights. I think even Conor even posted on Instagram where he was clipping Poirier with some shots. He was hitting him in his face.
Yeah.
And Poirier just finally, Poirier was smart. I think put him up against the cage. Used some clinch work and ended up catching him.
There is another thing. I keep seeing, like, Conor hasn't been using leg kicks in his... I mean, first off, he did starch Cowboy pretty quickly.
Yeah.
But even in the Dustin fight, he's not using
Click on
leg
Conor
kicks
real
like
quick,
he
just
used
so we
to.
have this time frame.
Yeah.
So loss of Poirier, January. So Cerrone, there it is, January 18, 2020, in 40 seconds.
40 seconds.
Before that was Khabib, October 6, 2018. That's what we're in 2021, 2020. What is that? 2.5 years?
Yeah.
So 2.5 years. So he basically has he has 2 fights in 2.5 years, and he got knocked out in the second round against Poirier. All right, and then also real quick before we pick our winners, they had that thing where Conor McGregor was supposed to give Poirier that $500,000 donation to his charity.
Yeah.
And then Poirier ended up putting him on blast on Twitter. McGregor obviously didn't like that.
Saying that he didn't pay?
They didn't pay, yeah. Conor ended up giving $500,000, not directly to the Good Fight Foundation. I think that's what Dustin Poirier is called. He gave it to the, I don't know exactly, but the Louisiana, like, YMCA. So he still gave it to the Louisiana, again, the company that that Poirier would have worked with, but he didn't go straight through Poirier. So it was kind of like a
little shade.
A little shade,
yeah.
But at least he still put the $500,000 into Louisiana's youth, where Poirier would have helped anyway. So that being the case, the point of me bringing it up is last fight, it was almost a little too kissy, nicey. So they were real friendly. I do think that is going to give some edge to this one at the press conference.
Is Conor going to come out and be like old Conor talking shit, or do you think he's going to keep on this humble path?
We'll see. I think there's going to be
What would you guess, though?
More shit talking because of that.
Yeah.
And more shit talking because he just got his ass beat.
Yeah.
You know, and this is for the trilogy. It's a big fight. Mm-hmm. You want to go first, or you want me to go first?
I mean, I really like both of these fighters.
It's a great fight. And again, the odds, literally minus 110, and it has stayed here for a couple months now. I've kept my eye on this one.
Yeah. It's just, I love both guys so much. That's why, like, I wouldn't be upset with either winner, but I am cheering for Conor. My heart wants Conor to come back and be like old Conor and come out and starch him. To be honest, that's what I'm kind of hoping for. So my heart says Conor McGregor first round knockout. But I'm not sure.
All right. You're going Conor McGregor, first round knockout.
I think he comes back a little hungrier. I think he looks better. He's a little bit more sharp.
I love Dustin Poirier's grind.
He's such a good guy.
I love that he knocked out Conor last fight just to get that kind of weight off his shoulders. Mm-hmm. That being the case, I got Conor, the notorious McGregor, by second round knockout.
Okay. Damn.
And when this one gets closer, we'll put bets. Right now, though,
let's just do our bets, though.
Okay. My straight bet. Mm-hmm. Well, the only reason because we don't have all the odds. That's the only thing that sucks. But I'll use the ones we do.
Just for now.
My straight bet is Stephen Thompson straight up.
Wow, really? Okay. You really like that fight, huh?
And honestly, we don't know it yet, but my parlay is probably going to be Sugar Sean O'Malley and Stephen Thompson.
Okay. I'm going to do a 2-team parlay, and I'm going to go Tai Tuivasa and where'd it go?
Ryan Hall, probably.
No, not Ryan Hall.
Tai Tuivasa.
And Sean O'Malley.
Tai Tuivasa, Sean O'Malley. 2-team parlay? Okay.
2-team parlay.
And I only did straight because I did parlay. I'm going to do Stephen Thompson and Sean O'Malley. I hope Sean O'Malley isn't like minus 450, which he might. Mm-hmm. He'll probably be at least minus 350, but.
Yeah.
I like Stephen Thompson and Sugar Sean O'Malley, 2-team parlay. And I'm sure once the fight gets closer, I'll somehow end up putting Conor McGregor in a parlay. But for now, I'm going to do Stephen Thompson, Sean O'Malley. I mean, this will be our one that's up. So
yeah.
So my parlay will be Stephen Thompson, Sean O'Malley. Yeah, I'm going to ride with that. But I'm sure just like Nate. Well, not like that. Nate was plus 350. But I'll end up probably putting a straight bet on Conor McGregor as well. If not, end up throwing him in a parlay. But once I said, we're doing this. All the odds aren't out. I'm curious a couple of different odds.
What's your guess on the Tai Tuivasa odds? You said
minus 250 probably.
Minus
so you're
220.
going like minus 250, minus 350.
That's not great, though. But yeah, I feel like those are two locks.
Those two locks, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I did this weekend. I minus 260, minus 220, minus 210.
I mean, if anything, if you want to get wild, throwing Max Griffin in there against the old Carlos Condit.
Yeah.
I don't.
No, if you want to get crazy, I'll go Sugar Sean O'Malley, Stephen Thompson, and Conor McGregor 3-team parlay.
Damn.
Yeah.
You don't like that?
I might even throw Kevin Lee in there in a 4-teamer.
Jesus Christ. You don't like the Tai Tuivasa?
Maybe, yeah, and maybe even Tai Tuivasa. I got some bets for this one for sure.
Yeah.
Let's get a little closer.
All right, so let's lock it. So you're saying
my lock is Stephen Thompson, Sean O'Malley, 2-team parlay.
All right, yeah. And my lock is Tai Tuivasa and Sean O'Malley. Yep. Cool.
All right, that's our UFC 264 predictions and bets. Conor McGregor versus Dustin Poirier 3, July 10th in Las Vegas at the T-Mobile Arena.
Fireworks.
Let's go.